it's only fitting. It's Quinn Menger to start things off from behind the service line. Off we go on senior day. And she puts some early pressure on this Washington team, but it's Amani Bush chopping the top of the block for the Huskies. Now Hannah sent back. Amani Bush and Elise Haney on the double block for the Huskies.
Coach Katie Schumacher-Colley, a lot of times in media, has said how Penn State struggles to start off strong. They usually waver a little bit in the first set, but they're trying to make it essential that they come out, and they come out proving it.
Washington team trying to get physical up front against a powerful Nittany Lion attack. They'll give Hannah a second swing. Now to the left side, and Penn State says, all right, anything you can do, I can do better. Maddie Ensley trying to swing for the left side, but Taylor Trammell there to lead the way and say no. So a couple double blocks on either side as you get a replay of that on Big Ten Plus. Izzy Stark over there to seal the pin as well. And she'll do the honors at 1-1. Set to the middle quickly, played up by Merzick off the swing from Julia Hunt. This is Hannah trying to go down the line, did not get a touch. Missed it out of bounds, did Cameron Hannah. Washington back up.
It's those hits just on the line that are a little bit cautious for Penn State. They've been trying to go more for the back lines, and sometimes it can really pay off, or it can just hit out of bounds.
We've talked about Cameron Hannah's success, particularly as of late for this Nittany Lion team. She had a big match against Purdue on Thursday night. 10 straight with double-digit kills. Quick attack from the middle. Taylor Trammell played up by the Huskies. Off the top of the block and getting a touch. It's Maddie Ensley, the outside hitter for Washington, and she's had an early impact here. Got blocked on her first swing, but was not going to be denied on swing number 2. Alexis Howry serving for the Huskies. Caroline Juravicius checking in. She'll take a swing from the left side pin. Usually plays the right side for this Penn State team. But in the left in this rotation, Taylor Trammell right off of Alexis Howry out of the middle. That connection between Stark and Trammell, if you've watched Penn State volleyball all season long, you've seen it, you've heard us talk about it. It has really improved, and Trammell has become an offensive weapon for this Penn State team.
She certainly has, and Alexis Howry just couldn't do anything at that one. It was just straight at her, and it's tough balls like that that players either have to see a little bit earlier on the serve or just back up a little bit, but Penn State does give the serve back to Washington.
Mentioned that connection between Stark and Trammell as you saw Cameron Hannah serve it into the net. She's hitting .453 this season. And a lot more swings as well. And there's Jess Merzick from the left side. All the seniors get involved here early on at the hitter positions. Trammell's got a kill. Cam Hannah's had some swings, hasn't found the hardwood yet, but Jess Merzick there. Pretty cross-court strike from her. Now it's Grimes into the net, and a couple early missed serves here for this Penn State team. We've mentioned that's been a strength for them as of late, but Hannah sent one into the net a couple points ago, and Grimes, who leads this team in service aces. Well, not back-to-back, but 2 service errors in the first few points here for Penn State. There's Merzick through the block, kept alive somehow by Wilmus in the back row. Washington got it over. Now the back set, and Juravicius got it down inside the end line for Penn State.
Penn State starting to come back now. Like I said, they usually lose a couple of points early on, but they can come back once they start to learn how Washington plays, use their volleyball IQ.
Caroline Juravicius, the redshirt freshman, gets on the board. Angelina Stark, the serve. Now swing from the right side. It's Kuhn Fletcher. And Kuhn Fletcher able to get the kill on her first swing of the afternoon. Transfer out of South Carolina, led that Gamecock team in kills last season. Senior player for the Huskies. Washington up early here, 6-4 from Rec Hall. Stark gonna dump it down. Good read. Izzy Stark from the middle. Loves to attack from that center position, Hallie, and doesn't really matter how you do it. She finds the hardwood.
Absolutely. All season long, Penn State's strength has been that middle, just lifting it over a little bit at a time. It can trip up a play, especially when they need to come back a few points.
Whether it's those dumps or some of those quick attacks, this is a service ace from Jess Merzick. There is the serving game coming to life for Penn State. We're knotted up at half a dozen, and Merzick, her serves have gotten a lot more aggressive as of late for this Nittany Lion team, and that's been a key. Along with Menger, along with Grimes, along with the good servers on this Penn State team. One ace followed by one error, but it's kind of a trend that we noticed, I think, really last weekend. Saw it against Illinois, saw it against Maryland, saw it against Purdue. This is a Penn State team that is just simply serving tougher than they served earlier in the season.
It really is, and those seniors just have such powerful hits behind them. I mean, whether it's a serve or they're just sending it across the net, they have such power, which can be really difficult for an opposing team to combat.
Kirsten Barton sending that serve long. Haven't talked much about her yet. She's this team leader in kills. Missed 5 matches due to an ankle injury. Got back in the lineup Friday against Ohio State. Back in the starting lineup today against Penn State. But misses that serve out of bounds. And now here's the southpaw server, Quinn Menger. Back to the left side pin. And once again, it's Ensley. Maddie Ensley. Now with 2 kills on 3 swings. They've been setting her early and often. For Washington, got it through the block of Trammell and Stark. Libero Lauren Bays, a senior on this Washington team. Set the serve for the Huskies. Short serve played by Merzick. Stark collects it at the net, but that play was really out of sorts from the start. Give credit to Bays, kind of that short serve. Caught Merzick a little bit off guard. Stark tried to retrieve it at the net, but just couldn't really get it with one hand over to a spot where Hannah could attack to it. See if the approach is different here. It's short once again, played by Grimes. Much more in system that time for Penn State, and Hannah gets the kill off the block.
Penn State is starting to figure out Washington a little bit. They're struggling with those shorter serves that Washington is starting to combat, but they're able to get their serve back, and they were once tied at 7-7.
So Hannah, 3 hitting errors on her first 4 swings, but gets a kill there. Trying to get on track here early in set 1. This is Amani Bush off the top of the block for the Huskies. And Amani Bush, the junior, has led this Washington team in kills each of the last 5 matches. A lot of that in the absence of Kirsten Barton, but she's been a player that has really stepped up for this Husky team throughout the course of this 2024 season as they've made the move to the Big Ten. Howry to serve it away. Received by Grimes in the right back spot. Hannah hitting from the opposite pin. Look out below. Cameron Hannah with a missile down the right side.
Cameron Hannah showing off her power this time. She's coming in with 10 straight matches with double-digit kills.
So Hannah, after having a couple swings not go her way early on, starting to find her rhythm here. 1 kill from the left side pin, 1 from the right side as Ava Faldudo, one of the good freshmen on this Penn State team, sends that one long and out of bounds. And Washington has kept the advantage here steady, about 1 or 2 points throughout most of this set. And it's been something we've talked about throughout the season. Penn State has had a bit of a tendency to start slow, get better as the match goes on. Washington feels like they got to capitalize on this opening set, and that's going to help. Merzick misses that cross-court swing out of bounds, and all of a sudden the Huskies are up 3.
Penn State has had quite a few balls out of bounds, and that's something that Coach Katie Schumacher-Cahaly talked about in media this week. She said that their goal was to try to eliminate all those errors and focus on their serving game specifically, but Penn State's been struggling with that so far.
Vicious right side through the block, kept up though. Nice job by Bays to keep it alive. Now here's Trammell out of the middle and sent back. Julia Hunt, the freshman, wins the fight with Taylor Trammell in the middle. And Washington's physicality and net game has come to play early on here from Rec Calls. You got a replay of that solo stuff from the Covington, Kentucky native. That's Kentucky native on Kentucky native. Trammell out of Lexington, Hunt out of Covington. Hunt wins that one. Now back again, sent was Trammell. Hunt right there. Penn State keeps this one off the floor. Nice dig in the back row, and Trammell gets the last laugh. Off the swing from Kirsten Barton. Taylor Trammell is going to leave no doubt about that one.
What a block by Penn State. We'll take another look at the replay, but it was just all Nittany Lion fire on that one.
Jaravicius over there to provide some disruption, but that was hit straight into the arms of Taylor Trammell. So strong as a defensive middle blocker throughout her entire career. We've seen the offense come to life as well in 2024. And speaking of offense from the middle, Julia Hunt says, I can do that too. for this Wisconsin team. She came in with 113 total blocks on the season, good for 7th in the Big Ten, but she gets a kill out of the middle there, and Washington's back up by 4.
Washington's playing really strong so far. They've come out on top. They got the first point of the match, and they stayed up this entire time. The closest it was 7-7 tied, but Penn State has not had a lead in this game.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
She has come back for a junior campaign and performed at a high level. And speaking of performing at a high level, how about Washington's serving game? And Kyun Fletcher, who had the kill that led to the Penn State timeout, sets up set point for Washington. Kyun Fletcher will now try to end it. Huskies have 3 opportunities at set point, and that one is just out of bounds. Fletcher thought maybe she painted it, and I think Leslie Gabriel thinks so as well. She's got the green card, and we're going to take a look at this one. We'll try to add another here and keep Penn State alive in set 1. Swing for the middle, played up by Merzick. This is Hannah through the block and down. Penn State staves off another one.
Take a look at that replay here. This is why Penn State is a dangerous team and why Washington was really hoping that that challenge was reversed, to not especially give the serve to Jess Merzick.
Set point 3 of 3 for Washington. They can still win it on this point. It's tipped over, kept alive. Hannah one more time through the block, kept up by Wilmus. Washington's got to scramble. Barton is able to send it over. Hannah off the block, and Penn State ties it at 24. Merzick just clears the net tape. Another strong serve. Washington plays it in system, though. Grimes kept it alive. Wow, what a dig from Jillian Grimes. Washington's got to play. Leslie Gabriel thought maybe that Penn State was in the net, but the Huskies get the kill anyway. From the left side, it's Barton.
I thought Gabriel was going to go onto the court at one point, but doesn't matter. Anyway, her team gets the point no matter what.
Kirsten Barton gets the kill at set point number 4 for the Huskies. Rec call gets loud. Merzick the receive. Hannah once again. Nice dig by Bays. Kept up at the net. It'll be Penn State point. Double contact called on Washington. Not sure that head coach Leslie Gabriel likes that call as much either, as it kind of bounced off.
Elise Hannah just looks like she got tripped up in the net. It looked like she was about to go over, and then the ball was being sent by the net. So not really sure what happened there, but we will continue play at 25 all.
It kind of bounced off of Haney awkwardly 2 separate ways. 25 all. First to 27 is trying to tip it over was Wilmus. Couldn't do so. Washington gets a second swing. It's Barton attacking for the back row. And Kirsten Barton, man, are the Huskies glad to have her back.
It looked like Cameron Hannah just got a tip off of that one, but it wasn't enough to send it in the opposite direction. 3
kills for Barton, 2 in these last couple points, as she's starting to come alive for this Huskies team. Set point number 5 for Washington. Is this the one? Received by Stark. Set by Stark. Swing by Hannah off the block. Howery collects it and lands out of bounds. Julia Hunt missed it. She tried to touch it down inside of that pack line, and we're knotted at 26. We continue back and forth.
That ball was another close one towards the back line. We'll take a look at that one, but we won't get a challenge called.
And Gabriel may have been thinking about it, decides not to. Hunt off the slide is roofed. Stark and Trammell, 2 seniors, give Penn State their first set point of set 1.
And the crowd of Rec Hall is going to come to their feet for the first time today.
Out the block from Angelina Stark. 27-26. Her sister Izzy will serve it from the back row. Trammell into the net. Actually, Barton got it down anyway, through and past her. I thought Trammell may have been in the net regardless, but either way, Barton gets the kill. Yeah, it did get down just kind of between her chest and the net. So Washington saves their first set point. We continue at least to 29. Stark on the move, setting her sister. Played up by Barton in the back row. Now Fletcher, strong cut, strong swing. Set point 6 upcoming for Washington. Kuhn Fletcher has had a lot of crucial points. Trying to finally put the dagger in the Nittany Lions and pick up a first set upset. Served by Howry, swing by Hannah, covered by Merzik. Wilmus got it down. Audra Wilmus finally brings an end to set 1, and Washington will take it on the road, 29-27 in the opening frame. They win set number 1 on Senior Day.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Serve Merzik. Tramble, quick attack from the middle. Bates, off the block touch. Vicious from the right side. Strong swing, but played up. The dig there from Wilson for Washington. Now Merzik. That's a missile from Jess Merzik, the graduate from Livonia, Michigan, making things happen on her senior day.
That's her 7th kill of the night, though not leading Penn State's killer. Leader in kills today.
Been those 2 pin hitters that have carried the load offensively for Penn State a lot of the season, but so far, particularly today, with 8 and 7 kills respectively. Mendelson sent back by the Washington block. Haney and Fletcher, I believe. Get a look at the replay on Big Ten Plus. Beg your pardon, that was Bates over there, but it was Haney who got most of it for the Huskies. 4th block now for them. And serve sent into the net by Lauren Bays. It was one of the stories early for Penn State. They had trouble serving the ball in. They have 8 service errors for the match. Washington now with 4 after that last one. That was an area where they weren't struggling much in the opening set. They're starting to fall a little further behind here in this one. Stark and Mendelson there for the block, covered by Washington. Hensley got it over the 2nd time. Now Mendelson on the slide, attacks it, finishes it, and gets the kill for Penn State. Maggie Mendelson, her 2nd kill. Been a little quiet offensively tonight for Penn State. She had a big performance Thursday night against Purdue with 10 kills on 529 hitting, but attacks there on the slide. Once again, another tough serve from Falduda. Washington was able to play it, but now here's Merzik with a cut. Jess Merzik. Sometimes just automatic from that left side pin.
It really is, and like you said, the seniors are coming out to play today for Penn State. They will be honored in a ceremony after the match, and Washington was honored before with just a little flower.
Washington was in control a lot of the first set. Penn State has been thoroughly dominant in this second one. They're hitting .400. They've held Washington to negative .087, and that's not going to change here as Merzik and Mendelson put the roof on Bates, and they're up by 10. Watch the replay on your screen. Is Mendelson there to help out with Merzik. Bates really didn't have much room to go with that volleyball. She'll get a swing here over the top of Merzik's block attempt. Now Merzik the swing, sent back but covered by the Nittany Lions. They've done a nice job in that regard. Merzik able to tip it. Now Bates kind of thought about touching it over. Mendelson was right there to disrupt, and Hensley, she got fingertips at the net. And finally ends another 4-0 run for Penn State. Maddie Hensley. Kill number 4 for her. She's got the most attacks of any player on this Washington team, 17, but only on 118 efficiency. Alexis Howry for the Huskies. Maggie Mendelson! So it was coming to her from Jess Merzik. Penn State was out of system, but it didn't matter. And Maggie Mendelson able to attack strongly once again from that right side.
Maggie Mendelson having a good second set with her efficiency, and the team's starting to come together, use their time a little bit more wisely in the second set. whether it's passing the ball from player to player or just dipping it like we just saw.
Going for the dump was Stark. Cameron Hanna says, I'll take care of the overpass once again. It's happened a couple times with some of the swings that Washington hasn't been able to keep off the ground, at least efficiently and in control. And in that situation, it flutters back over the net. Cam Hanna now with 9 kills, so she's one shy of that double-digit mark here in the second set. How about that sharp cut for the kill? Fletcher did an excellent job of reading that, jumping high in the sky. And look at how sharp she had to cut it past the block of Stark and Mendelson. Does so successfully, and her outstanding afternoon continues. 6 for 7 now is Fletcher. She leads all Washington players in kills. That's the good news. Bad news is they're down by 10 in this second set. Hanna took some speed off it, and it pays off. Penn State gets to 20. Nice job touching it over the block of Hunt and Fletcher from Cameron Hanna. That will get her to that double-digit kill mark we were talking about. So 11 straight matches with double-digit terminations for Hanna. Here's Quinn Menger. 10 service aces in the past 3 matches. He puts some pressure on Wilmus there, and Bays unable to keep it off of the ground as it ended up into the net. I don't believe they're going to rule that a service ace. We'll see either way. Washington got a couple touches on it, but you can give a lot of credit to Quinn Menger for that point for Penn State.
You absolutely can. It looked like it was just a little bit of a miscommunication for Washington.
Oh, a bad set on Howery. All right, there's your ace, Quinn Menger. You knew it was only a matter of time. See if that changes here. Penn State has come out and in full control, hitting .407 with 12 kills. Service ace from Quinn Menger that led to a Washington timeout. She's going to add another. Wilmus couldn't receive it. Quinn Menger back-to-back service aces for Penn State. And the barrage of points for the Nittany Lions continues. Southpaw server once again. This time Washington will get a swing out of it. Try Fletcher once again, but this time she misses out of bounds. And it's set point, Penn State. See if the Nittany Lions can end this one in emphatic style. See the number for Menger, 3 straight with 3+. Not gonna get the ace, almost did. But it's gonna be Penn State point. Washington ran out of touches. Menger put the pressure on, and the Nittany Lions end the set on a 6-0 serving run. What a response.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Penn State would be the first to 20. Here we are. But now Washington quickly gets there as well as Merzick can't clear the net on the serve. Could we be potentially heading for some more extra volleyball here after we had some in the opening set? 29-27, Washington won that frame. Now in the red zone, a set 3 and a crucial point of the match. And Julia Hunt trades service errors with Penn State as well. Nittany Lions back up by 1. Quinn Menger, who helped put away the second set for Penn State at about this point. We'll try to see if she can do the same here. Already with 2 service aces today on her senior day for the Nittany Lions. Southpaw serve sent over. Left side, Barton touches it through. Bumped by Menger. It's going to spin off the net onto the Washington side. Little miscommunication on the attack, and Washington ran out of hits. Kind of looked like that Wilmus was maybe going to attack from the back row. I think Barton thought the same, and neither player really got to it. They couldn't clear the net. And that was their 3rd touch, so they ran out of time.
That was the second time that's happened today for Washington. We saw it in the second set as well. It's just, again, it all comes down to that communication between players, especially on a ball that's so chaotic like that one.
Yeah, you've got to have that communication in those situations to know who's going for it. No doubt about who's going for it there. It's Barton down the line. Washington kind of want to say had to have that point, and they do. Molly Wilson will serve now for the Huskies. The junior setter who runs as part of that 6-2 rotation with Alexis Howery at the setter position. Howery, the freshman. Wilson, the junior, behind the line, and misses it long. Point for Penn State. They're up by 2 within 2 of a 2-1 lead in the match. Go setter to setter here in the rotations. Zizzy Stark will serve for the Nittany Lions. Here's the tape, a tough one. Wilson collects it. Barton attacks it. Barton missed it. Out of bounds. Set point. Penn State. Timeout. Washington.
It certainly is. She's just one of the 5 stellar Penn State seniors graduating after this season.
Stark serve for the first set point. Barton keeps it alive. Through the block for Penn State, and Kirsten Barton had some crucial late points in set 1. They need more where that came from here, as she'll have to do it from behind the service line. Penn State's got 2 set points remaining. They need a side out to win it and take a 2-1 advantage in the match. The call gets loud. Received by Hannah. Stark has to move. Jaravicius had to shove it through. Ensley over the top of the block. Nittany Lions stay alive. Hannah to win set 3. Who else but Cameron Hannah? Her 8th kill of the set, her 18th of the match. And the Nittany Lions are up 2-1 on Senior Day. See if she keeps it going here in set 4. All right, Washington with their backs against the wall. What do they have to start set 4? It's a serve out of bounds. It's from Barton. She was trying to paint the right sideline. So quickly, it'll be 1 serving 0. Now Jillian Grimes for the Nittany Lions.
That's the 19th service error of the match in total.
Tough serve by Grimes. It hung in the air forever and eventually gives Fletcher an opportunity. Fletcher, kill number 8 for her now on the match. And she's still got really just about the best efficiency of any hitter on this Washington team, 438. Audra Wilmus is hitting 500 on 2 swings, and Alexis Howery got a dump on her only swing. But aside from that, it's been Fletcher who's carried the load. Merzik over the top of the block. Washington trying to keep it up. They do. It's Jaravicius, right side, cuts it past, gets it down. No, out of bounds. Out of bounds for Jaravicius. She cut it past the block and cut it a little too far. I feel like these early points are going to be crucial here for Washington. We'll see how they respond. They were in such control early on in that 3rd set as Bays, with a little help from the net tape, gets her 3rd ace of the afternoon for Washington. That'll help the cause for the Huskies. But again, they were in that position in the 3rd set where they were up by a lot, and Penn State found a way to come back. Can they repeat it with a different result this time? Jaravicius, that time, cuts it down in bounds. Jaravicius up to 7 kills now, as she started to come alive here a little bit throughout the past set or 2 for Penn State. She has taken over at that opposite hitter spot for the Nittany Lions and provided a lot of great production, particularly throughout the second half of this season. And that attack out of bounds from Fletcher, who hasn't missed many this afternoon, but didn't get a touch and didn't get it down in front of the line that time.
This has been such a back and forth match the entire time. I feel like Penn State and Washington has been tied up in every single set, whether it's at 7 or 17, and then one side just takes a bit of a lead from there.
Lonnie Bush finds the soft spot of the hardwood there for Washington. Up to 5 kills for her. Junior out of Campbell River, Canada, north of the border. made the transition. She's played mostly left side hitter as of late, transitioning from the opposite spot. She's got 5 kills. Second chance opportunity here for Penn State. Merzick will try to cash in on it. She paints the line. Jess Merzick tucks it in for her 11th kill. 4 serving 4 here. You get a look at that replay down the line as the team captain, second team All-American Jess Merzick on her senior day here at Penn State. This is Bush, but a lot behind that one. Grimes was able to dig it nicely. Now Hannah, off the block, off the net tape. Bush one more time. Grimes is there, got a body on it. Falduta will bump it over to Merzick. Disrupted by the block there on the swing by Hunt. Second chance for Washington, and Bush gets it down. Amani Bush coming alive here for the Huskies in set 4.
Amani Bush, been one of those stellar players for Washington. She was a starter, now has 5 kills on the day, 6 kills, excuse me, 18 total attacks as well.
This is where we've seen Bush come into play here. She's been the crucial cog of this Washington offense, with a lot of Husky players dealing with some injuries, different points throughout the season. That is missed out of bounds on the overpass attempt from Julia Hunt. We're tied at 5. Neither team able to really string anything together here. We're just going back and forth and back and forth. And Quinn Benger, see what she can dial up here from behind the service line. Washington, you know, wants to get her off of it as quickly as possible. Easy for Bays to play. Hunt on the slide, and Julia Hunt, one and done for Washington. First ball kill for her. Now the Huskies back out in front briefly. She'll go back to serve now for this Washington team. Something we haven't mentioned yet today, and we've seen a little bit of full display with their 6 aces in this game. We mentioned Penn State's improvement in the serving category. Well, Washington has stepped it up as well, and they're tied for second in the Big Ten in service aces entering today, 3rd in service aces per set. So one of the best in that category, but it's a first ball kill for Taylor Trammell out of the middle, and Trammell has been a little quiet today offensively, but that's kill number 4 for her on swing number 10 for one of the nation's leaders in hitting percentage. Stark couldn't quite get the bounce off the net tape. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. The seesaw and the pendulum swing. Here from Rick Hall, getting dizzy.
Yeah, I've been a little quiet, Casey, but that's because I'm trying to calculate how many times they've been tied.
Received by Hannah in the back row. This is Juravicious from the left side. Caroline Juravicious. Unfamiliar place, but pretty familiar result for her. Kill number 8 on the afternoon, and Juravicious too far off of career high. That was 11. She had that earlier this year in that big win against Louisville. There's a service ace for Cam Hannah. She's been knocking on the door one all afternoon long, and finally delivers for the Nittany Lions. It's their 6th ace as a team. And finally, back-to-back points for one side or another. Nittany Lions go from down 1 to up 1. That time it's received by Barton. Fletcher missed it out. So all of a sudden, Penn State on a 3-0 run here. You can feel finally one side trying to grab some momentum here, and it's the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, so the stats are in. It's been 18 times that Penn State and Washington have been tied. I actually thought it would have been more.
18, yeah, you're right, 18 times in this match that they have been knotted up. That does tell you on here, by the way. You didn't have to count it by hand, but I appreciate the effort from our color commentator, Allie Witzkowski. Doing the math herself. Taylor Trammell back through the middle. Can she start to get her offense going here for Penn State? That'll be the question. So far, it looks like she's doing so. As Penn State running their middles a little more here in this 4th set. I think I left Allie speechless after that.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Off of Izzy Stark. And I'll clear up that last play. They were holding up 4, and it's easy to sometimes misinterpret that as 4 touches. That was an error on Bush. She was in the net. That's why it was a kill for Mendelson. That's how we got the 12. 12, Bush answers, atones for her mistake on the other side. 13-12 in favor of Washington. Now here's Cam Hanna from the left side, pushing it past. Nice job to keep it off by Howry, but Izzy Stark says, all right, I'll take care of it myself. She hit in high school. She's used to attacking the volleyball. She does so there.
That ball just looked like it was teed up for Izzy Stark. She saw it, she jumped up and just hit that back line where no one was standing.
She's a front row hitter, back row setter in high school. So she's got that true dynamic aspect of her game as an offensively minded setter. Quinn Menger. And Barton, who had been a little quiet in this 4th set, overshadowed a bit by Amani Bush's explosion. But Barton is going to be the first Husky to get to double digits in terms of kills. She quickly gets Quinn Menger off the service line. And Washington back up by 1 in a set that neither side can really seem to take a decisive advantage on. Stark will dump it. Nobody there for the Huskies. Now up to 6 kills. This is Izzy Stark on the afternoon, in addition to her 38 assists and 8 digs. She keeps up with the pace that she's been going on here in set 4. She'd be looking at a triple-double here before too long. But Barton, answer hard ricochet off of Grimes, comes back to the Washington side. Barton took a little off that one. Mersick's got a lunge to keep it alive. 3 Washington players go down, and eventually so does the volleyball as they were all scrambling. USC 21 and Purdue 8. 3 straight ranked matchups to end the season for the Huskies in their first year of the Big Ten. Strong attack from the middle from Haney. Now here's Hanna, sent back by Haney, along with Molly Wilson. They were over there for Washington to get the side out of the media timeout for the Huskies. It's Haney's 3rd block and the first for Wilson that she's contributed on this afternoon. 15 on. Serve out of bounds from Wilson, who leads this Husky team in service aces, but comes up with the error there, trying to tuck it inside the end line. Now Cam Hanna, who had a service acer last trip to the line. Trying to add another one. Tight set, pin to pin. Fletcher missed it out of bounds as she was trying to carve it past the block that was closing toward the antenna. There was some daylight there, but Fletcher couldn't quite find it in time.
Fletcher's been doing that all match long, trying to dump it just on the corner, just on the side of the court, and it's been successful, just not in that case.
Hanna serves the right back, and Barton. Barton able to tip it through as it ricochets off a couple Nittany Lion players, and Kirsten Barton, her return to the starting lineup. We mentioned earlier, missed 5 matches with an ankle injury before getting back in the 2nd set against Ohio State and playing there. And a sophomore from Chandler, Arizona, now back in the starting lineup and back to regularly scheduled programming for the Huskies offense. And there's a block! Big one for Washington! Sealing Mersick. It's Haney and Fletcher who deliver it.
Take another look at that one. It's Washington's 10th block of the match. They lead with Penn State only having 7.
It's been the physicality from the Huskies. Has come up large here. Mersick had to tip that one through. Joust to the net. Jess will win it for Penn State. Work it against Elise Haney. Give it to Jess Mersick. Now you got Jillian Grimes back behind the line for the Nittany Lions. Another tough receive, but Washington does keep it up. Bates will get a swing off. Dug by Nathan, and Mendelson, was she in the net? Or actually Washington, I believe, was in the net instead. That's what they call it. Signal it on Barton. As she was trying to defend against Maggie Mendelson. It's a point for Penn State. They're up by 2. Grimes has been serving Bays every opportunity. Libero v. Libero, she's had an answer. Bush misses that one, cross court out of bounds. And this is the little run that Penn State, and really both sides, have been looking for all set long. The Nittany Lions have it now. They're up by 3, and they're the first to 20. Third to last match of the regular season for Penn State as the final week looms. Grimes will set Merzick. Kept alive by Wilson. Now Bush through the block. Another strong swing. Amani Bush trying her hardest to keep Washington alive here. She has had a big fourth set for the Dogs.
We've talked about Cameron Hanna and Jess Merzick on the Penn State side having just so much strength on their hits, but on the other side, Amani Bush has all the power on her end when she gets a good hit as well.
This is Bays on the serve, and she's been one of the potent ones for Washington. Penn State would like to quickly get her off the line if they can. Bush sent back by Penn State. The Nittany Lions do just that, courtesy of Mendelson and Juravicius on the double block. Get a look at that roof by the Nittany Lions. Block number 8 on the day for Penn State at a crucial moment in this match. Caldudo on the serve. Fletcher off the top of the block. Answers for the Huskies. Point for Washington as Fletcher now to 10 kills for this Husky team. But Washington has got to find a way to string some together here. That has been what they haven't been able to do just yet. Merzick tips it over. Coming back, gonna be a joust. It's won by Izzy Stark. Stark and Bush as Amani was trying to get into position, but Stark was right there, read it all the way. Got to the ball first, powered it down. Nittany Lions up by 3, needing 3 in search of their 27th win of the season, and Merzick, with a little help from the net, is gonna get a service ace for Penn State. Entered the week at 33rd in the RPI, so there's an opportunity for sure. But Penn State trying to take care of business here on their senior day. Washington must have a side out here, but they're not gonna get it. Cameron Hanna will set up match point for Penn State.
Jess Merzick is just such a powerful server. To have her here for the first set point, or match point, excuse me, of the day is just incredible, especially on senior night for Penn State.
Nittany Lions have 5. It's a tough serve from Merzick, but Washington will play it. Hunt on the slide, missed it out of bounds. And Penn State will pick up the victory on their senior day, or will they? Leslie Gabriel pulls the green card and hold the phone. We'll have a challenge first. And call stands. Penn State wins their senior day. 3-1 over the Washington Huskies. It was a resilient effort from this Nittany Lion team after dropping the first set.